Welcome one and all, Nyanko here, and today I am back to talk about another show that I watched, and it's technically a part 2 to a previous video I did, and we all know how I felt about that part of the video. So yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I went back and finished part 2 of season 1 of Bastard Heavy Metal Story, or Heavy Metal Fantasy something. What can I say? So yeah, I watched part 2 of that on Netflix. I know it came out a while back, but I was so put off by the first half of the series that I didn't really want to go back and watch part 2. Tried a couple of times and was like, nope. And then I finally got round to it again while I was sick, and I just kind of was like, ugh, fine. Watched it, and most of my gripes from the first part of season 1 hold up in the parts in part 2. You've still got, the whole thing with Dash and the Thunder Empress. You've still got him being an ass. Yeah, basically. So it takes up where it left off in the first part with Dash basically, or Dark Schneider, removing a certain pumpy organ from his chest to cancel out the spell that was put on his daughter / lover's finger that was going to kill her if it wasn't removed, and the only way to remove it was for his heart to stop beating. So yeah, he basically dies, and then you're like, woo, yay, he dead. And then you realise, actually, no, woo, yay, he dead is bad for the kingdom of Metallicana, because the bad guys are still coming for them, and the only person who can actually do anything about it is actually Dark Schneider. Now, to be fair, Empress Neve, I think it's Neve, the Thunder Empress anyway, and Gara, the ninja master, who I ship, by the way. I ship that way more than I ship her with Dark Schneider. It's never ever going to happen. Do try their best to protect the kingdom and protect the princess and protect Yoko while they think Dark Schneider is dead. And then stuff with the seal for the god of destruction starts happening, and somehow it ends up reviving Schneider, and he comes back better than ever. I mean, you just get pretty brutalized throughout this series, so it's kind of good. I kind of like it. And so yeah, I'm watching the show and I'm going, yeah, pretty much everything that I hated about the first season, it's still in this part of the season. Technically it's one season, but it's been broken up into 2 parts. And I'm going, yeah, no, I don't like it. No, I still haven't liked any of the characters. And then, I mean, actually I do like some of the characters, that's a lie. I kind of like Yoko, and I like Gara, and I like little dragon dude, I forget his name. I don't like Yoko's dad. I think he's a bit of a douche, because something happens and it's basically the bad guy's basically like, give me what I want or I'll kill Yoko. And her dad is like, I'm sorry, Yoko, you must die. And then Schneider's like, the hell? No. She is everything to me. I will sacrifice the world, if need be, to save this one girl. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to slowly like you a bit more. I can work with this. And there's a load of good fights actually in season 2. I will give them that. The music is still great. There's more character developments. Some of the more sidey characters that you were like, ugh, in season 1, who then turn to the good side, become more active, and you're like, okay. You start to see more into the big plan that Abigail has, and Carl Sue as well. You get to see more into his plan. which is interesting. There's more to come there. Now there is a season 2 coming, I will admit to that. And so yeah, you're going through this series. I say poor, but like for me it was like, yes, he's getting his comeuppance for being a bit of an ass. Schneider is just taking damage after damage after damage. Yoko has a really badass moment. I will give Yoko her due. She's pretty cool. Even though she's got like no magic or anything, so she doesn't really have much of a, like, she can't fight much. But she does bump into Abigail before Schneider comes back, and she puts him in his place and is very, oi, do as you're told kind of thing, and very bossy and very mother-like, and it's quite interesting to see Abigail like, oh my god, what? And then as well, she has a really epic moment. I'm not going to spoil anything, but she like does the ultimate sacrifice at the end of part 2 of season 1, and it's actually really cool to see, because she doesn't have these super magical powers. She's not some badass ninja, you know. She's just she's a 15-year-old girl who's kind of been thrown in the deep end, and it's sink or swim basically, and she's desperately trying to swim while not dragging everybody else down with her in that sense, because you do see it a few times. She's like stood off to the side and she's like, no, I'm good. But she never says she's a burden, which I really like, and she never plays the I'm useless and defenseless card. She does get taken hostage a few times, but she's never, as far as I can remember anyway, she's never playing the, oh, I'm completely helpless damsel in distress. She's always got like a quick comeback, and she's never just like meek and like, I'll surrender. And she's very much like, no, don't sacrifice everything just for me. I know my part in all of this. You know, if I have to, if he kills me, he kills me, but you need to live and you need to save the world kind of thing. Which I really like about Yoko. I have to admit, she's pretty cool. Nei? Yeah, Empress Nei. I've been saying it wrong, Neve. But Nei is, she gets some development too. She's still very stuck on Darsh, and you can really see the conditioning. And she's very, I love him, he is the only one for me kind of thing. And then you've got poor Gara, who's like, notice me, woman, I am here, love me, I love you. Which is cool. Kind of, I like that in a sense, because I'm really hoping that Nei starts to realise that Darsh isn't the same Darsh she knew, and she slowly starts to fall in love with Gara, like how Gara's in love with her. Because like that guy sacrifices himself so hard for Nei, and she's just like, Dark Schneider, my one true love. And Gara's like, what am I, chopped liver? I just threw myself in front of a boulder to keep you alive. But yeah, there's still loads of quirky little quips, and they still break the fourth wall a little bit. Schneider does improve Tidgy bit. Like I said, Nei improves. I like her two underlings. They come back into it and kind of try to help save the day. Gara is just MVP in my mind. I love him. He is just Team Gara all the way. Even though he was a bit of an ass to Yoko in the first season, like the first half of the season, and like melted her clothes off and stuff, and was like trying to convince Dark Schneider that they'd slept together and stuff, and you're like, nah, that's not cool. But like, he's really cool actually. I really like him. He grew on me, especially once he turns sides and he starts working with the good guys instead of against them. Yeah, I think he's my favourite, to be fair, along with the little dragon dude. But that could just be because Zeno Robinson voices him, and I kind of love his roles. But yeah, there's not really much I can say that's different from the first part of it. It does improve a bit, and then towards the very, very end, like the last episode, I was like, damn, I really like this. I need to know more, after just spending like 11 episodes going, I hate this. Nothing has changed. Damn. Why did I subject myself to this? And then, to be fair, like I said, there was a few little bits that were changing. It was just some of the major themes of like Nei and Darsh were still there and quite present. And I was just like, nah, I don't like this. But, you know, Gara, like I said, Gara starts trying to push himself into, like, Nei's frame of view. It gets heavily suggested that Dark Schneider's actually in love with Yoko, and she is like his one true love, even though he's still like a horny horn dog for every other woman on the planet. Like, he would never risk the world before because he wants to own the world. Like, he would never have given up his life for somebody else. Now, you know, watch the show so you know what happens. But I will say, like, yes, while I was watching it going, ugh, yeah, okay, more of the same. By the last couple of episodes, enough had changed that I was going, okay, where's this going to go next? And I didn't see where it was going. And like I said, Yoko has a big moment that then leads into like the final episode. And that then leads into Darsh kind of having a bit more development. And you see a bit more of Lucian as well. I kind of want to see more about Lucian Rembrandt, actually. I really want to see more. Because you can see him rubbing off on Schneider little by little throughout the second half of the season. And they mention a few times about Lucian. And just... I feel like there's foreshadowing there. And then stuff happens and it leaves you on a cliffhanger. Because you get to the final episode, you think, okay, this is it, there's no more, everything's done, everything's gone. And then the end title plays, and then this clip at the end. And so watch all the way to the end on this episode. The very, very end, you get to it, and they're at this like secret location, and then there's a knock on the door, and these new characters are like, nobody should know, and Metallicana's being wiped out of existence, basically. There's no one left alive, what are we going to do? The world's going to end. And then, yeah, knock at the door. They go through, and they open the door, and there's two characters there, and you're like, oh. Again, I'm trying not to spoil too much, while also kind of rambling a bit. And you're just left going, fudge. Fudge cakes, I need season 2. And now they have said that there will be a season 2. Netflix put up at the end after I finished watching it going, season 2 confirmed. I did do that, and I didn't just dream it. I'll put there if they did confirm it or not. I'm 99% sure that they did say that there's a season 2 coming. Yeah, like I said, I'll put it up. Oh, I've already put it up in post-editing. So yeah, it threw me for a loop because I didn't think I was going to start getting invested. I didn't think I was going to start wanting to watch more. And then that final like couple of episodes, and I was like, kudos for drawing me in. So yeah, like I said, there's still a load of complaints that I have from like, the first season. Now I know this manga was written donkeys years ago, and it's a fantasy element, and I shouldn't get so hell-bent on certain things, but I'm just like, don't normalise it. Don't make this seem like it's an okay thing to do, because it's not. But no, I did enjoy part 2 anyway. I'm interested to see where they're going to go in season 3. Not season 3. Season 2, it's just because Netflix do this thing where they break it into parts. And then I keep thinking, like, it's been 1 season, 2 season, now we're on the 3rd season, when no, it's actually, that was a whole season just broken into 2 bits. And now we're on to season 2, not actually season 3. Ugh, so confusing, people. Why are we not just doing, here is season 1, here is season 2, and then here is season 3. Because I have to admit, that's kind of frustrated me a bit about the new Attack on Titan season. They're like, oh yes, Attack on Titan, the final season part 1. Attack on Titan, the final season part 2. And then it's like, oh yeah, and now Attack on Titan, the final seasons part 3 and 4. Now I get why they're doing it. It's to help the animation staff get a break because like poor Mappa has been working their people into the ground. It's just confusing. I'd rather wait the extra 6 months and get it in one lump batch. Decent quality, the staff haven't killed themselves to finish it, and we all get to enjoy it. But I suppose they're a bit worried about the new trend of like binge culture of like once someone's binged it, they kind of forget about it, and then they might walk away forever and not come back. So I can see it in that sense, but just I'd rather wait the extra time and have it in a lump sum, then, you know, here is part 1, here is part 2, now here is part 3 and 4. But no, like, that's going to be interesting to see, especially if they do adapt the full manga for Bastard. It'd be very interesting, actually, because I really hope that they do, because now that I'm kind of invested, I want to see it through to the end. I mean, part of me doesn't want to wait, and part of me wants to just go and read the manga, and do I have enough time to do it? I probably do, and I probably could do it in a night or two. I mean, I did that with Chainsaw Man. I just watched the first couple of episodes that were out and, like, no can't watch, and binge read the manga, and now I'm reading it weekly and it's driving me bonkers because I don't like waiting. I'm an impatient person. But sorry, back to Bastard. Yeah, part 2 really did kind of endear some more of the characters to me. I mean, like I said, still bits and bobs of it that I was like, yeah, I'm not fussed on this. Like, especially the Darsh Nay aspect is a huge, like, no-go. Like I said, Gara May all the way. Nay all the way. And Yoko Schneider, which we all know is probably going to happen anyway in the manga. But I have to go read the manga first to find out. But no, like I said, it's on Netflix. If, like, dark fantasy element of, like, super powerful godlike character who wants all the women and all the power in the world and is actually really powerful appeals to you, like, this is just basically Overlord, but in, like, olden times, and without him being a giant skeleton with the well, I mean, he does have a super lusty busty lady after him, but yeah, not necessarily his daughter character. Sorry, I lost. Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole. Anyway, pulling myself back. It's good. Part 2 really does redeem it in a way. I actually can't wait for season 2 now. Whereas while I was dreading part 2 coming out, I'm actually really anticipating season 2 coming. So hopefully later this year it's probably going to come out. But yeah, until then, if you guys enjoyed Bastard, the dark fantasy or the metal fantasy, I forget the second part of the name, all I know is Bastard, because it's such a fitting name. Like, comment down below your views on it, what you like, what you don't like, who your favourite character is, and why. But yeah, other than that, I kind of dissed on this show and then kind of liked on this show a little bit. But other than that, kittens, take care of yourselves. Remember, eat something, drink something, keep up to date with your medication if you have tablets to take, and I will see you in the next video. Au revoir!